Hey guys, Caitlin here. I'm currently hanging out in my hammock over in a random wooded area by my school. Fun hammock story. So I came over here, right, and I started setting up my hammock. La 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 la. And all of a sudden I hear a voice that goes, "I don't want you to be scared, but you're not here alone." So of course my natural reaction is, "What the fuck? Who said that? Like, what?" And I look up, and there's a guy reading in the tree, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I just invaded his tree time, like, man, I need to move now." And I was like, "Oh, like, I hope you don't mind if I set up my hammock here." He's like, "Oh, no, I don't care." I was like, "Oh, okay, for sure, that's awesome." Like, so we just kind of hung out here. I was in my hammock, and he was up in the tree reading, but I couldn't, start my video because I don't think he really wants to hear about it. But then he left, so now I'm hammocking with the tree all to myself. But I'm on the lookout in case other people come by, because that would be kind of awkward too. So for today, what I wanted to talk about was just kind of how I got involved in Disney and my obsession of Disney, how I heard about the program, everything like that. So I had always grown up with Disney. I'm the oldest of four siblings, children. And so basically, like, Disney movies have always been in my household. And then once I kind of was getting to junior year in high school and senior year of high school, I decided I really wanted to build up my collection again, because it was such a big thing in my life for so long that then when we switched to DVD and I had them all on VHS, like, I didn't have it anymore, and I was hella upset about it. And so I just kind of decided, like, I'm gonna start getting all of my things. I'm actually gonna lay down in my hammock right now. So as I was saying, I had decided that I just kind of wanted to start getting more Disney movies, build up my collection. It was a great thing to watch, like, whenever I was bummed out or annoyed, or I just wanted to focus on something else. And I really liked that. I liked having a thing to be able to go to. But yeah, so that's kind of how I started getting involved in Disney. And then when I was a freshman in college, I heard about the DCP, and I wanted to do it, but, like, I had never gotten around to it. And, like, all this stuff, and I always thought I was too busy or I couldn't go away. And then when there's like a hair. And then when I had decided to move to Indiana and then move back, I kind of figured, like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Like, if I want to go do the DCP, then I should be able to go do the DCP. So as you know, I applied with Katie, and we both got in, and that's kind of the start of the newest adventure. So a big thing that we've been dealing with right now is trying to find roommates. I know that you all know the struggle right now. It's ridiculous. Katie and I actually did find for sure one, if not a couple other, and we're so excited about her. Hopefully we can get her to send in a video for our vlog next week, because we would love to introduce her to you guys. Let's see. We kind of wanted to go over some, like, tips and tricks for the best ways to do roommates. For me, like, it's really important to not downplay your personality. My mom was kind of joking with me that in my last video I seemed really, like, calm and, like, collected and not as crazy, like, as I usually am. So I decided to really show you guys who I am by filming my segment hanging in my hammock that I love. Also, I was always talking about the hammock, and I told you guys that it would be a perk if I was your roommate, and I just thought it would be fun to kind of show you guys. So how my hammock works, it hooks up to the tree over there, and it does the same thing on the other side with these straps and, like, a carabiner clip, and you can literally hook it up anywhere. I've done it from one branch. Right now it's technically against two branches, just because there's a little slope underneath, so I wanted it to be a little more secure. But like, we could literally hammock anywhere. We could hammock on the balcony, to be honest. Like, we could hammock anywhere, guys. And there's so much room right now. Like, it opens up. Look at this. Look at this. We could cuddle. I could be a whole. There's a whole nother person that could fit there. But right now I'm just enjoying my hammock alone. Oh my god, I can't get away from the sun. Ooh, there we go. Let's see, what else? Yeah, be yourself, and honestly, don't be afraid to like just go and talk to people. Like, we're all here trying to find roommates. Just message someone. If you like their roommate survey or you liked what they've been posting, just message them and just be like, hey, I think you're really cool. Can we talk? Can we be friends? Are you looking for a roommate? Like, make it casual. Don't make it creepy. Don't be like, you must be my roommate right now. Like, that'll kind of freak people out. But like, people are totally down if you're like, oh my god, I love you, let's be friends. Which also sounds kind of creepy, so I don't know why they're more down for that, but whatever. Whatever floats people's boats. I personally love whenever anyone messages me, so that's cool. But yeah, Katie's gonna let you guys know some of her tips and tricks as well. Just in case, you know, you needed help. I know I've researched a ton of stuff on vlogs, like on what to do, because especially being a first timer, I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, we just wanted to update you guys on what we've been doing. Probably show you guys a little bit of our packing list later. It's just kind of like the essentials. We're flying. Obviously, there's pros and cons to both flying and driving. Flying, the pro is we'll get there ASAP. Con is obviously packing. Like, we're gonna use one big luggage that we check in, one carry-on, and one personal backpack. So we have to fit 6 months of our lives into those 3 bags, and that'll be kind of difficult. But then, like, you know, pros of driving is you have ample packing space, and you'll have your car when you're out there, which is totally cool. Just don't let people take advantage of you, you know. Hit people up for that gas money, or they can't do gas money, like they pitch in extra at dinner or something like that. I don't know. But speaking as someone who had a car and used to give everyone rides all over the place, like, definitely pick up some gas money, because gas is expensive and we're broke college students. The only like downside really of bringing our car is parking, gas, and getting it there. Like, we're from California, so if we tried to drive, we would literally be going 2,500 miles, and I don't know if I could be in the car for that long. I mean, I've done it before. I've done a drive similar from California to Indiana, and it's not really something that I want to repeat. Like, it's not the best situation. But honestly, like, just do whatever feels right for you and just go for it. Like, if you have to have your car there, you need your car there, bring your car. Do whatever makes you comfortable. You're going to be in a new place. Like, you just want to be happy and give yourself the best start. But those are all really the tips I have right now. Probably going to go enjoy my hammock a little more. So I'm going to pass it off to Katie, and hopefully you guys enjoy what she has to say. Bye!
Hi everyone, it's Katie. I am back with our second video for our vlog. I just got back, side note, from seeing Wicked for the first time, and I'm in love. I've been listening to the songs for years now, but first time seeing the show, I went on a whim. My coworker got tickets. I was in class, she texted me, and I was just like, yes. And I ran home, got ready, and met her downtown. And it was beautiful, and I met the cast, and it was so gorgeous, and they were all so nice, and I got their autographs on the playbill, and I got pictures of them, and they were amazing and wonderful, and definitely an experience that I want to see again. And now I'm just like, I want to go see more plays and shows and stuff, and it's gonna make me miss Aladdin at the Hyperion Theater / at Disneyland. But anyway, yes, so today I want to talk about a couple more tips and tricks for finding roommates. I know Kaylin mentioned a couple. I'm going to talk about a couple more. And our Disney story. So how I got started. Definitely one tip that's really important for finding roommates is being flexible. I think that this is one that everyone thinks that they're really flexible, but you have to be you actually have to execute it and actually be flexible, because if you're not, then it's pointless. Like, you're lying to yourself, you're lying to your potential roommates. So being flexible in a couple different ways. Like, you have to, you know, from Caitlin's and mine experience, we wanted to pick 2 roommates and find 2 random ones, and we found really cool roommates, well, potential roommates, and realized that maybe they want to pick all 4, and we kind of were like, well, is that fine with us, is that not fine with us? So you kind of have to, I can't think of words right now, it's really late. You have to find that balance, and that, I really can't think to this, I'm really sorry. But you have to find that medium, that balance, and then you'll actually be flexible. But yeah, another tip that we found is definitely, well, one, and I'm very guilty of not doing this, is being really good at messaging back. I'm super busy with work and school and sorority stuff, and it's really hard for me to continually like be in a conversation, and even though no matter how hard I try to message back, I miss a whole lot of conversations, and I text back hours later and I'm just like, what happened? What did I miss? And it's ridiculous, like, trying to go through 30 messages, but you need to make yourself available and have that flexibility to message everyone back, because if you don't, then they're just going to be like, well, I like these people more because they actually respond and I got to know them better. So be flexible, be good at messaging back, learn how to do that. But yeah, so I think those are 2 tips that I really find helpful. I know Caitlin mentioned really good ones too. If we think of any more though, they'll be in other videos. But yeah, and then my Disney story. So I've been coming to, backstory. I've lived in California all my life. I'm originally from Vacaville, California, and it's up by Sacramento, Davis area. It's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from Davis. So it's, I mean, a good 6, 7, sometimes 8-hour drive to Anaheim to go to Disneyland. But fortunately, my family, we went a whole lot when I was growing up. And my first time I was pretty young. I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. And I still remember like parts of those trips, and it's really amazing. We've guesstimated that I've been almost over 100 times, which is really crazy to think about too. And it kind of seems really surreal. But aside from being like a really huge fan of Disney when I was growing up, when I was about 7 years old, I guess, you know, my family took a family trip to the parks, and I walked in with my mom, and I told her that I was going to work there one day. And you know, as like a 7-year-old, you don't really take everything to heart what a 7-year-old says. So my mom was like, okay, yeah, sure, honey. And I, growing up, never faltered. Whatever job I wanted, I always tried to tie it back to Disney. I used to want to be a vet, and I wanted to do like veterinary things for like the Thunder Mountain Ranch, which they're taking out now, which is really fortunate. But I wanted to take care of the horses and the goats and the crazy animals that they have there at Disneyland. And then when I realized that it would be too hard for me to put an animal to sleep if they needed it, I moved on to wanting to be a nurse, and I wanted to work at the nursing station at Disneyland. And when I realized that that's not very far off from putting animals to sleep, and like, what if a human dies on my watch? That's even more scary. So I wanted to be a teacher. And then I realized, you know, I wanted to be a teacher teaching kids in other countries, like in Paris, Disney, or Hong Kong, English to them, and their like little resorts and stuff. And when I realized that I don't really have that much patience, like I do, but like, I don't think I could teach in the language, you know, to someone, I realized that I needed to get out of that. And then I settled, when I was coming into college, I settled on hospitality, and I thought I wanted to work in hotels. And when I realized that I'm not so much a business person, and I needed to be around people more and like tourists, I switched my major to recreation, parks, and tourism. And now my goal is to be a tour guide at Disneyland. So like I said, growing up, I never had a doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to work for Disney one day. And in high school, when I had jobs, I didn't apply to the Disney store because I didn't have a car, and the nearest one from me was the next town over. So the first time I applied to Disney Store was in August of 2015, and they had a part-time open, and it was just kind of on a whim. It was like 3 a.m. and I was randomly researching it, and I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? And I applied, and then within like a week I was like, it gave me the no longer in consideration, and I got an email, and I was like, yeah, whatever, okay. And I didn't really think anything of it, and late September I had this assignment for a class, and we had to redo our resume depending on what job we wanted. So we had to find a job offering and base our resume off of that. Long story short, I just searched Disney Store again because I was like, it's a job that I would do. I would still be a cast member. And so I searched it again, and there was an opening for seasonal. And so I was like, let's apply again. Let's see what happens. And so I did. And within a week, I got an email saying that I was in consideration and it was in progress. And then I got a phone call from the store manager asking for an interview. And I freaked out, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. And at the time I had really bright red hair, so like the first thought on my mind was, I need to dye my hair like a normal color so I'd have the Disney look. And so I went in for my interview. It was a group interview, and it went amazingly well. And I was really nervous, and within maybe 3 days I got an email saying that they wanted to hire me. And I filled out my paperwork, and before I knew it, I was at the store and I was training. So I've been very fortunate to kind of have the beginnings of my dream of working for Disney come true so early and so soon. It happened very quickly, but it's been an amazing process, and I love my Disney family, and I'm going to be very sad when I leave them in August. I wouldn't have even been there for a year, but it'll be so great to go to Walt Disney World and learn how to work as a cast member from the park side. I know it's completely different. Some of my coworkers have done the DCP in Disneyland and Disney World, and they say that it's literally a different world over there. It's a whole new world. So really looking forward to this. But I'm pretty sure that's all my tired brain has for you guys tonight. Like I said, it's hella late here. My room's a mess. It's midterms week. I'm low-key dying. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Don't be afraid to ask any questions or ask me to clarify something, because I know I'm kind of rambling and confusing sometimes. And ignore my room, because my bed's not even made. Like, that's kind of how messy my life is right now. But yes, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, that was it. I'm really not sure how to end these yet. I'll find out a way though.